Okay, let's start. Hare Krishna. Om Agyanat Mirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Mano Vestam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Nadati Svapadantikam Vandeyam Shri Guru Shri Yukta Padakamanam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupa Sagrajata Sagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sujivam Sadhuitam Tapadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padasagana Lalita Shri Vishaka Vitamsa He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagapate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gorangira Devrinda Malishwari Shabana Sibire Pranamami Haripriye Vanshakapatarubyas Chakipa Sindhu Bhivacha Itana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So we have more people in the house today. So Guru Shakti Prabhu, are you there, please?
Yes, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, thank
With
you,
your summary.
Okay, yesterday we continue with chapter 11. That is the universal form. So we continued with verse 13. There, Arjuna could see the universal form from one place. So for verse 14, Arjuna saw the universal form and was overwhelmed by joy. 15. Arjuna begins by wonder. Okay, thank you. 15. Arjuna begins by speaking. So from 17 up to 19, it is some praise that Arjuna offers. In 17, it begins by in 17, he began the prayers. So in 18, he said, you are the, and 19, you are without origin. So in 21, the demigods were praying for protection. And 23rd, all the demigods were disturbed by seeing the universal form. In 24, it is said that Arjuna says he cannot maintain himself from when he sees the universal form. He cannot maintain himself when he sees the universal form. In 27, Arjuna says he's bewildered by the sights of the universal form. We continued. Then 26, 27, the conviction that the victory is for him, Arjuna. So he got the conviction that the victory is for him. Then the other party was smashed. In 31, Arjuna is bewildered. We can see there that Arjuna is bewildered again. Like it is stated in chapter 2, verse 7, the bewilderment of Arjuna. Here also we can see that Arjuna is bewildered. Then in verse 32, Krishna responds. Then time I am, the great destroyer of the world. That's what Krishna said. So Krishna is time, and time is Krishna. So in 32, we had the phrase Nimitta Mitram. That's saying you are the instruments. Instrument. So Arjuna is the instrument of glory. We can see that the people were annihilated. They were smashed by Krishna himself. So he takes Arjuna as just as an instrument of glory. So we then continued up to 34, verse 34. That was the last verse. This morning we are going to continue with verse 35. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
How can we become instruments of God?
Yes, we can be the instrument of God when God uses us then to do his work. Although when we take the case of Arjuna, although all the people were killed by Arjuna, so he wanted Arjuna to be victorious. He wanted to put this victory on Arjuna. Although he did all, it is just like let's say some formalities. Yes.
We become instrument of God.
Yes, instrument of God.
How can we become instruments in the hands of Krishna? Because Krishna showed Arjuna that he has killed them. He just wants him to get the glory. So how can we become like that? How can we become instruments in the hands of Krishna? I'm asking this is a general class discussion. Please unmute yourself and speak your mind.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Please go ahead.
Okay, I think the ultimate.
Yeah, sorry, Civil Govina Prabhu, just 1 minute, sorry. Ananda Mohini, how is your body now?
Getting better, but I'm still on drugs.
Sorry,
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you for coming again today. Okay, sorry. Okay, Prabhu, please go ahead. Yes.
Yes, Prabhu. Actually, yesterday I had wanted to ask this question. How do we become an instrument of God? But then
No. You didn't ask yesterday. I'm asking you now. You tell me.
Yes.
Civil Govina, you are very smart. You tell me, how can we become instrument of God? You didn't ask me. No, so me, I'm asking you now.
Yes, but my little intelligence told me that by complete surrendering to Krishna, like the way Arjuna did, that after seeing Krishna's opulence and his mystic powers, now he surrendered completely. That now, whatever you want me to do, I will do. So, for me, that's becoming an instrument. Hare Krishna.
Someone else want to say thank you, Arun.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah, Ananga Mohini Mataji, go ahead.
Because being an instrument of Krishna by being his devotees and doing devotional service to Krishna.
Thank you. That is it. By becoming devotee of Krishna and becoming friend of Krishna like Arjuna. When you're a devotee of Krishna and become a friend of Krishna, then you can become qualified to be instrument of Krishna, of God. Thank you for that answer. Okay. So let's continue from where we stop. So we are supposed to read 34 today. Who was in the class yesterday?
Hare Krishna. Yes, 34. Yes, 34. You continue with 34 today.
Dronacha, Bhishmacha, Jayadratamcha, Karna Tata Yamapi Yodaviram, Maya Atam Tram Jayina Yasyasiti, Sita Yodaswa, Jitasi Rani Sapatnam. So here Krishna continues his conversation with Arjuna. Drona Bhishma Jayadrata. I think we read this one yesterday. When I narrated the story of Jayadrata, you forgot?
Yes, that's why I said we should continue with 35 today.
Yeah, but I asked you, but you didn't talk. Still
okay.
confirm.
Okay.
Drona Bhishma Jayadrata Karna and other great warriors have already been destroyed by me. Therefore, kill them and do not disturb. Do not be disturbed. Simply fight and you will vanquish your enemies in battle. So Jayadratha's name was mentioned because Jayadratha became a very big stumbling block to Arjuna during the battle. That's why his name is mentioned here. Okay. We narrated the story yesterday, so those who are here yesterday, they understand what I'm saying. Yeah, my internet was slow. Sanjaya Uvacha. Now Sanjaya is going to describe what he's saying. Sanjaya Uvacha Ita Shutta Pachanam Keshavasya Krita Jali Vipananam Kriti Kriti Namaskritva Bhuyame Vaha Krishnam Sangad Gadam Vita Vita Pranamyam. Sanjaya said to Dhritarashtra, okay, after hearing these words from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the trembling Arjuna offered obeisance with folded hands. Again and again, he fearfully spoke to Lord Krishna in muttering voice as follows. So he saw this wonderful form of Krishna, so was so disturbing to him that now he's going to be offering obeisance with folded hands, prayers. So we should learn from Arjuna how to pray to Krishna from these verses we are going to be reading now. Okay. Somebody want to read the short purports for us?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Purport.
Yeah,
as we have already explained, because of this situation created by the universal form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Arjuna became bewildered in wonder. Thus, he began to offer his respectful obeisances to Krishna again and again, and with faltering voice, he began to pray, not as a friend, but as a devotee in wonder. Hare Krishna.
Hey, let's read from Surrender Unto Me also. None of you have come for the Surrender Unto Me. I was expecting people to line up for Surrender Unto Me. Like most of you have it. How many of you have Surrender Unto Me?
I don't have it, Prabhu.
Yeah. Yeah, have you given your donation?
Fine. For
Prabhu, donation. Yeah.
So, Prabhu Shetaya Prema. Okay. Arjuna is called Kiriti because Indra had given him eminence after Arjuna had defeated Indra's enemy. Although Arjuna possessed so much power, he stood afraid and trembling in the presence of the universal form. Yet valiant Arjuna remained able to speak. So now Arjuna is going to be offering prayers to Krishna. Let's listen to Arjuna's prayer and learn how to pray to God when we are in a wandering situation in front of him. Okay.
Hare Krishna.
I want to share the screen again. Arjuna Uvacha Stane Rishikesha Tava Prakitya Yaga Prarisyati Anurajyate Cha Rakshasi Vitani Disho Dravanti Sarve Namasyanti Chasida Sangai. So today we will finish by your Nigerian time 9:30 and Ghana time 8:30 because I have appointments. So please you pardon me, okay? Arjuna said, O master of the senses, the world become joyous upon hearing your name, and thus everyone become attached to you. Although the perfected being offer you their respectful homage, The demons are afraid and they flee here and there. All this is rightly done. Okay? So if we want to become happy, we have to chant the holy names of Krishna. Please read the purport.
Hare Krishna. Purport. Arjuna, after hearing from Krishna about the outcome of the battle of Kurukshetra, became enlightened, and as a great devotee and a friend of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he said that everything done by Krishna is quite fit. Arjuna confirmed that Krishna is the maintainer and the object of worship for the devotees and the destroyer of the undesirable. His actions are equally good for all. Arjuna understood herein that when the battle of Kurukshetra was being concluded in outer space, there were present many demigods, siddhas, and the intelligencer of the higher planets, and they were observing the fight because Krishna was present there. When Arjuna saw the universal form of the Lord, the demigod took pleasure in it, but others who were demons and atheistic could not stand it when the Lord was praised. Out of their natural fear of the devastating form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they fled. Krishna's treatment of the devotees and the atheistic is praised by Arjuna. In all cases, a devotee glorifies the Lord because he knows that whatever he does is good for all. Hare Krishna.
Sure. So let's read more prayers of Prabhupada Arjuna. Kasmachatena namiramatman karishyase brahmanopi adhikarte ananta divasya jagani basa twamaksharam vasadasa tatpran param yat. So, oh great one, greater than even Lord Brahma, you are the original. See, all these prayers are offered by Arjuna. We can learn to pray like that. Let's say they ask you to pray in the midst of gathering. You are in the midst of people, you gather, you want to have meeting, and they ask you to pray. You can pray like this. Everybody will understand. Okay. Yeah, these are like wonderful prayers that we can learn as a devotee. Oh, great one, greater even than Lord Brahma, you are the original creator. Why then should they not offer their respectful obeisance unto you, O limited one? God of gods, refuge of the universe. You are invisible source, the cause of all causes, transcendental to this material manifestation. Okay.
Purport.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. By this offering of obeisances, Arjuna indicates that Krishna is worshipable by everyone. He is all-pervading, and he is the soul of every soul. Arjuna is addressing Krishna as a Mahatma, which means that he is most magnanimous and unlimited. Ananta indicates that there is nothing which is not covered by the influence of influence and energy of the Supreme Lord. And Devasha means that he is the controller of all demigods and is above them all. He is the shelter of the whole universe. Arjuna also thought that it was fitting that all the perfect living entities and powerful demigods offer their respectful obeisances unto him because no one is greater than him. Arjuna especially mentions that Krishna is greater than Brahma because Brahma is created by him. Brahma is born out of the lotus stem grown from the naval abdomen of Gavadakashai Vishnu, who is Krishna's plenary expansion. Therefore, Brahma and Lord Shiva, who is born of Brahma, and all other demigods must offer their respectful obeisances. It is stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam that the Lord is respected by Lord Shiva and Brahma and similar other demigods. The word Aksharam is very significant because this material creation is subject to destruction, but the Lord is above this material creation. He is the cause of all causes, and being so, He is superior to all the conditioned souls within this material nature, as well as the material cosmic manifestation itself. He is therefore the all great supreme. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So these are the wonderful prayers of Arjuna, Lord Krishna. So in this beginning of 11 verses of prayers, Arjuna described both the fearful and pleasing feature of the Lord. This is possible because now Arjuna is composed enough to remember that the universal form has emanated from his friend Krishna. So for the rest of the 11 verses, Arjuna will continue to pray to Krishna. So let's continue to read the prayers of Arjuna and Prabhupada's purport. Are you still seeing my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Swamadideva Purusha Purana Swamasya Vishwasya Param Nidanam Itasya Vedam Chaparam Chadama Toya Tata Vishwamananta Rupa. You are the original personality of God and the others, the ultimate sanctuary of this manifested cosmic world. You are the knower of everything. You are the all that is knowable. You are the supreme refuge. Above material modes, all limitless form. This whole cosmic manifestation is pervaded by you. Okay? It's a wonderful prayers. Continue. Somebody want to read?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Purport. Everything is resting on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, he is the ultimate rest. Nidanam means that everything, even the Brahma effulgence, rests on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. He is the knower of everything that is happening in this world. And if knowledge has any end, he is the end of all knowledge. Therefore, he is the known and the knowable. He is the object of knowledge because he is all-pervading. Because he is the cause in the spiritual world, he is transcendental. He is also the chief personality in the transcendental world. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So Krishna is the source of everything that be in this universe. So we know the God we are serving. Okay? Vayoyamogni Varuna Shakshaka Prajapati Tvam Prati Tamascha Namo Namaste Sahasra Krishna Om Navoyopi Namo Namaste. You are the air, you are air, and you are the supreme controller. You are fire, you are water, you are the moon, you are Brahma, you first living creature. You are the great grandfather. I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto you 1,000 times, and again, and yet again. Lord is addressed here as air because the air is the most important presentation of the demigods, being all pervasive. Arjuna also addresses the Krishna as the great grandfather because he is the father of Brahma, the living creature in the universe. Nama Purusata Pristastate Namonstu Te Sarvatsa Eva Sarva Ananta Vyameta Vikramastram Sarvam Sama Snosi Tatosi Sarva. Obeisances to you from the front, from behind, and from all sides. O unbounded power, you are the master of limitless minds. You are the all-pervading, and thus you are everything. Okay. Now he's offering obeisances to Krishna in all sides. From front, from back, from sides, all directions. Saying the wonderful form of Krishna. Somebody want to read short purport?
Hare Krishna. Wait. Oh, okay. Out of loving ecstasy for Krishna, his friend Arjuna is offering his respect from all sides. He is accepting this. He is accepting that he is the master of all potencies and all province, and far superior to all the great warriors assembled on the battlefield. It is said in the Vishnu Purana, Yoyam Tavagato Deva Samupam Divata Garua.
Satwami Vajagashra Sa.
Thank you, Prabhu. Whoever come before you, even if he be a demigod, he is created by you, O Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna.
Right. So Krishna is the source of everything. So this is how to pray to the Supreme God. Arjuna is showing us how to pray. Now let's read from 41 to 2. Now he's going to tell him, begging for forgiveness. Saketi matwa prasabam yadukta me Krishna yadamai saketi. Ajanata maimanam davidam maya pramada pranamayena gapi. Yasha Shava Sartam Masakritosi Viara Sayasana Bujana Yeshu Egota Vapi Akshutata Samaksham Tat Shamaye Tuamahama Apramiyam. Thinking of you as if my friend, I have rashly addressed you, O Krishna, O Yadava, O my friend, not knowing your glories. Please forgive whatever I may have done in the madness or in love. I have dishonored you many times, just as we relax, lay on the same bed, and or start our head together, sometimes alone and sometimes in front of many friends. Oh, invaluable one. Please excuse me for all those offenses. Now I begin to realize the greatness of Krishna, and is begging for forgiveness. Sometimes the Krishna and Arjuna will lie on the same bed and they will joke, and they will talk all kind of funny things, you know. So he's begging for forgiveness now. Someone want to read?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Okay, Papa. Although Krishna is manifested before Arjuna in his universal form, Arjuna remembers his friendly relationship with Krishna and is therefore asking pardon and requesting Krishna to excuse him for the many informal gestures which arise out of friendship. He is admitting that formerly he did not know that Krishna could assume such a universal form, although Krishna explained it as his intimate friend. Arjuna did not know how many times he may have dishonored Krishna by addressing him, quote, "Oh my friend, oh Krishna, oh Yadav," and so on, unquote, without knowing his opulence. But Krishna is so kind and merciful that in spite of such opulence, he played with Arjuna as a friend. Such is the transcendental loving reciprocation between the devotee and the Lord. The relationship between the living entity and Krishna is fixed eternally. It cannot be forgotten, as we can see from the behavior of Arjuna. Although Arjuna has seen the opulence in the universal form, he cannot forget his friendly relationship with Krishna. Hare Krishna.
So at the end also we come to hear what Arjuna will say about not satisfied with this form, even though now glorifying Krishna and begging for forgiveness. You know, now in the end, you will say, Krishna, I don't even like this your form. I want to see that your beautiful form that I'm seeing with you here. You know, if you see, even though now he's realizing the greatness of his friend, like, oh, please forgive me for all what I've done. Then at the end, he will say, Krishna, please remove this your form. I like that your beautiful form, you know. So, Vitasi lokasya sharasya tamasya puja chaguru shariyan natvam samosti abhyadika kutunyo lokatrayepe apritima prabhava. You are the father of this complete cosmic manifestation of the moving and the non-moving. You are his worshipable chief, the supreme spiritual master. No one is greater than you. You, nor can anyone be one with, I mean, no one is greater than you, nor can anyone be with you. How then could there be anyone greater than you within the three worlds? O Lord of immeasurable power. Okay? All these are wonderful glorification of Krishna, which devotee can learn. When you are offering prayers in the midst of people, you can say all these things. Wow. When they ask you to pray, it's not like when they say devotee should pray, it's not that we don't pray. We just say Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. No, these are wonderful prayers that you can memorize and repeat them in the midst of people. Oh, you are the father of the cosmic manifestation. You are the Lord of Lords, the creator, the beginning of the end. You are the source of everything. So this is how to pray. This is how we pray. Arjuna is teaching us how we pray. It's not that devotees don't pray. Devotees pray. Arjuna is teaching us how to pray. Okay. Vandanam, prayer, is one of the 9 limbs of devotional service. So Arjuna is teaching us here how to pray. Sometimes people think that devotees don't pray. No, we pray. Okay. But this is how devotees pray.
Yeah. Can I read?
Yes, please go ahead, Prabhu.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is worshipable as the Father is worshipable for his Son. He is the spiritual master because he originally gave the Vedic instructions to Brahma, and presently he is also instructing Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. Therefore, he is the original spiritual master, and any bona fide spiritual master at the present moment must be descendant in the line of disciplic succession streaming from Krishna. Without being a representative of Krishna, one cannot become a teacher or spiritual master of transcendental subject matter. The Lord is being paid obeisances in all respects. He is of immeasurable greatness. No one can be greater than the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, because no one is equal to or higher than Krishna within any manifestation, spiritual or material. Everyone is below him. No one can excel him. This is stated in the Shvetavatra Upanishad 6:8. Natasya kayam karanam cha vidaite natat samachadadika cha drishyate. The Supreme Lord Krishna has senses and a body like the ordinary man, but for him there is no difference between his senses, his body, his mind, and himself. Foolish persons who do not perfectly know him say that Krishna is different from his soul, mind, heart, and everything else. Krishna is absolute, therefore, his activities and potencies are supreme. It is also stated that although he does not have senses like ours, he can perform all sensory activities. Therefore, his senses are neither imperfect nor limited. No one can be greater than him. No one can be equal to him. And everyone is lower than him. The knowledge strength and activities of the Supreme Personality are all transcendental, as stated in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, text number 9. Jalma kamacha medibiam evam yo bekti tatwat ha tiata de hapna janmaneti mamit surajon. Whoever knows Krishna's transcendental body, activities, and perfection, after putting his body returns to him and doesn't come back again to this miserable world. Therefore, one should note that Krishna's activities are different from others. The best policy is to follow the principles of Krishna. That will make one perfect. It is also stated that there is no one who is master of Krishna. Everyone is his servant. The Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila 5142 confirms Ekale Ishwara Krishna Ara Sabha Bretya. Only Krishna is God and everyone else is his servant. Everyone is compliant with his order. There is no one who can deny his order. Everyone is acting according to his direction, being under his superintendence, as stated in the Brahma Samhita. He is the cause of all causes. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much for reading that. Okay, all this is to establish Krishna's supremacy. So, next 43. So yeah, Arjuna is lamenting his previous over familiar relationship with Krishna. For example, he will usually call Krishna Krishna and not more honorific like Sri Krishna. Now, Arjuna referred to Krishna as Krishna, also indicate that Krishna is the son of Vasudeva. So, who was merely a minister, whereas Arjuna's father, Pandu, was a great warrior. Similarly, Arjuna, a member of the royal Pandava dynasty, would refer to Krishna as Yadava, member of the family unable to rule. Furthermore, Arjuna will at times say, "Oh, my friend," as if they are condescendingly kind. Although I am superior to you, due to my affection, I accept you as my friend. Now, aware of Krishna's actual position, I don't feel ashamed and beg for forgiveness. Okay, so these are some of the relationship of Arjuna with Krishna before Krishna revealed this universal form to him. He will deal with Arjuna Krishna like that, because they are very familiar. So this is so let's continue the prayers. Verse 44. Tasma pranamya pranidaya kayam prasadaye tamahamisham idam itevas putrasya sakeva sakyo priya rasi deva shodam. You are the Supreme Lord to be worshipped by every living being. Thus I fall down to offer you my respectful obeisances and ask your mercy. As a father tolerates the impudence of a son, a friend the impertinence of a friend, and a husband the familiarity of his wife. Please tolerate the wrong I have done to you. I have done you. So Krishna devotee relates to Krishna in various relationships. One might treat Krishna as a son, or one might treat Krishna as a husband, as a friend, as a master. Krishna and Arjuna are related in friendship, as the father tolerates or the husband or a master tolerates. So Krishna tolerates. Adi Sapurvam Risho Asme Drishtva Vayena cha pravititam manome. Tadeva me dashaya deva rupam. Prasida deva shajagani vasa. After seeing this universal form, which I have never seen before, I am gladdened. But at the same time, my mind is disturbed with fear. Therefore, please bestow your grace upon me and reveal again your form as the personality of God. O Lord of Lords, O abode of the universe. So now, Arjun, okay, thank you, Krishna. I'm glad to see that this is your universal form. Although I'm fearful, but still, please, I want to see that your beautiful form again. I don't. At least, I think you should remove this for now. I'm okay. I'm okay with saying it. Thank you. So this is Arjuna's mode. Now, so okay, somebody want to read?
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Purport. Arjun is always in confidence with Krishna because he is a very dear friend. And as a dear friend is gladdened by his friend's opulence, Arjuna is very joyful to see that his friend Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and can show such a wonderful universal form. But at the same time, after seeing that universal form, he is afraid that he has committed so many offenses to Krishna out of his unalloyed friendship. Thus, his mind is disturbed out of fear, although he had no reason to fear. Arjun, therefore, is asking Krishna to show his Narayan form because he can assume any form. This universal form is material and temporary, as the material world is temporary. But in the Vaikuntha planet, he has his transcendental form with 4 hands as Narayan. There are innumerable planets in the spiritual sky, and in each of them, Krishna is present by his plenary manifestations of different names. Thus, Arjun desired to see one of their forms manifest in the Vaikuntha planet. Of course, in each Vaikuntha planet, the form of Narayan is 400, but the 4 hands hold different arrangements of symbols: the conch shell, maze, lotus, and text. According to the different hands, these 4 things are held. The Narayanas are variously named. All of these forms are one with Krishna. Therefore, Arjun requests to see his 400 feature. Hare Krishna.
To see the beautiful form of Krishna. Although he's used to seeing the beautiful charm, so now you want to see the 4 arms of Krishna, because if Krishna can show him the universal form, which is material, so you want Krishna to show him his spiritual form, the one Krishna is the form is known for in the Vaikuntha loka, Narayan form, the form of Krishna. In India, it's easy for people to be in our reference for Narayan form of Krishna. But any other form, they think twice. But Narayan, everybody respects. So I also want to same thing. Also, you want to see that form, Narayan form of Krishna. Okay, so we see that he will not be satisfied with that. Also, we still want to see that his 200 form. Pritina Gadinam Chakra Sam Ichami Tvam Darshuma Taiva Tenaiva Rupena Chatubujena Sahasra Baba Vishwamute. O universal form, 1,000 armed Lord, I wish to see you in your 4-armed form with helmet, head, and with club, wheel, conch, and lotus flowers in your hands. I long to see you in that form. So he's longing to see the form of Krishna. So please read.
Hare Krishna. Purport.
Yes.
In the Brahma Samhita 539, it is stated, Ramadi Mutishu Kala Niya Mena Tishtan. The Lord is eternally situated in hundreds and thousands of forms, and the main forms are those like Rama, Nrisimha, Narayan, etc. There are innumerable forms, but Arjuna knew that Krishna is the original personality of Godhead, assuming his temporary universal form. He is now asking to see the form of Narayan, a spiritual form. This verse establishes without any doubt the statement of the Srimad Bhagavatam that Krishna is the original personality of Godhead, and all other features originate from him. He is not different from his plenary expansions, and he is God in any of his innumerable forms. In all these forms, he is fresh like a young man. That is the constant feature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One who knows Krishna becomes free at once from all contamination of the material world. Hare Krishna.
Shamsa Kala Pumsha Krishna Stu Bhagavan Swayam. Dhyari Vyakula Nuka Mridanti Yuge Yuge. So this verse, the proper quoted in the purport, is mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 3, where Shukadev Goswami already narrated all the different forms of Krishna. But there he was mentioning Ete Shamsa Kala Pumsha Krishna Stu Bhagavan Swayam. Of all these forms I've mentioned, including Krishna's form, but Krishna actually is the source of all the other forms. So this verse establishes that Krishna is the source of all the other avatars, all the forms of other forms both in the spiritual and the material world. Actually, it's amazing that when you study Chaitanya Charitamrita, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took his time to explain this, this different tattva, very deep aspect of Krishna to Sanatana Goswami. It's very, very wonderful description there. How the different Narayan form is there. You have the Lila Avatara, you have Lila Avatara, we have Manvatara, the different, all the avatars of Krishna mentioned, described in details by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So you can see that Krishna is the supreme form of the supreme personality of Godhead. Is the source of all the other forms. Sete Shamsa Kalam Posha, Krishna Su Bhagavan Swayamrida. It's a very nice, wonderful form. Okay. Let's hear more from Arjuna. Now Krishna is going to respond to Arjuna's speaking now. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Maya Prasanena Tavajunedam Rupam Param Dakshita Matmayunga Vijomaya Vishwamananta Danya Yame Chanarena Nadrisha Purvam. The Supreme Personality of God said, my dear Arjuna, happily have I shown you by my internal potency, the supreme universal form within the material world. No one before you has ever seen this primal form, unlimited and full of unlimited and full of glory and effulgence. So the Supreme Personality of God said, my dear Arjuna, happily have I shown you by my internal potency, this supreme universal form in the material world. No one before you has ever seen this primal form, unlimited and full of glaring effulgence. Okay? The form Krishna showed to Mother Yashoda is different compared to this. But Krishna showed universal form to Mother Yashoda also. The one showed to the Sarastra different from this. So only the one showed to Arjuna was more detailed. All the different universal form Krishna showed to different devotees at different timings. Can somebody want to read the purport?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Arjuna
Yeah, Jamasami, please go
wanted
ahead.
form of the Supreme Lord. So Lord Krishna, out of his mercy upon his devotee Arjuna, showed his universal form, full of effulgence and opulence. This form was glaring like the sun, and its many faces were rapidly changing. Krishna showed this form just to satisfy the desire of his friend Arjuna. This form was manifested by Krishna through his internal potency, which is inconceivable by human speculation. No one has seen this universal form of Lord before Arjuna. But because the form was shown to Arjuna, other devotees in the heavenly planets and in other planets in outer space could also see it. They had not seen it before, but because of Arjuna, they were also able to see it. In other words, all the disciplic devotees of the Lord could see the universal form which was shown to Arjuna by the mercy of Krishna. Someone has commented that this form was shown to Duryodhana also when Krishna went to Duryodhana to negotiate for peace. Unfortunately, Duryodhana did not accept the peace offer. But at that time, Krishna manifested some of his universal forms. But those forms are different from this one shown to Arjuna. It is clearly said that no one had ever seen this form before. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Like I mentioned, when Krishna was playing, also when he was a baby, he showed his universal form to Mother Yashoda. When Mother Yashoda opened his mouth, let me see the complaint that Krishna has eaten sound. He said, open your mouth, let me see. So when he opened his mouth, Mother Yashoda also saw the universal form in the mouth of Krishna. It's completely different from this, as it's mentioned here. Also, he's showing it to Duryodhana also. Those ones are not in details. This one was more detailed. Okay. Let's read from the down to room. Okay. When one see a snake, whose fangs have already been removed, he feel fearful yet happy. But sentiment exists spontaneous. Similarly, Arjuna was glad that his friend Krishna was so powerful that he was able to exhibit such an incredible form. Nevertheless, beholding that awesome form, filled with fear, his curiosity now satisfied. Arjuna wishes Krishna to close up this singular form and again reveal himself as Krishna first. However, Arjuna requested to reveal his Narayan form, which Krishna had shown Vasudeva at the time of his birth. Okay.
Purport.
Open it, it's slow. Are you there, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, I'm trying to open the verse. Nabeda Jagya Yanai Nadanai Nachakriya Vinatapurbe Ugrai Evam Rupa Sakya Niriloke Drashtum Twamaye Nakoro Pabira. Who is speaking here? Please. Who is speaking?
Still Krishna.
Thank you very much. Well, everyone.
Krishna
No
is
best of the
speaking.
cool warriors. No one before you has ever seen this universal form of mine. But neither by studying the Vedas, nor by performing sacrifices, nor by charity, nor by pious activity, nor by severe penance can I be seen in this form in the material world. Are you understanding? Are you getting the point?
Yes.
Yes.
Not by
Yes, Prabhu. Yes.
Yes, Prabhu.
Not by any of these means. Not by any of these means can one see this form of Krishna. Sometimes people challenge, I want to see the form of God. To see the form of God, you cannot see the form of God. Not by charity, if you like perform charity as much as you can, that will not qualify you. Not by studying the Vedas, not by performing sacrifice, not by performing pious activities, severe penance. All these things cannot give you the qualification to see the form of God. We're going to see the next verse, what you need to do. Okay. Somebody want to read the purport?
Purport. The divine vision. The divine vision is in connection should be clearly understood. who can have this vision? One, divine means godly. Unless one attains the status of divinity as a demigod, he cannot have divine vision. And what is a demigod? It is stated in the Vedic scripture that those who are devotees of the Lord, of Lord Vishnu, are demigods. Vishnu Bhakta, Nirto Daivaha. Those who are atheistic, that is, who do not believe in Vishnu or who recognize only the impersonal part of Krishna as the supreme, cannot have the divine vision. It is not possible to decry Krishna and at the same time have the divine vision. One cannot have the divine vision without becoming divine. In other words, those who have divine vision can also see like Arjuna. The Bhagavad Gita gives the description of the universal form, although this description was unknown to everyone before Arjuna. Now, one can have some idea of the Vishvarupa after this incident. Those who are actually divine can see the universal form of the Lord, but one cannot be divine without being a pure devotee of Krishna. The devotees, however, who are actually in the divine nature and who have divine vision are not very much interested in seeing the universal form of the Lord, as described in the previous verse. Arjuna desired to see the four-handed form of Lord Krishna as Vishnu, and he was actually afraid of the universal form. In this verse, there are some significant words, just like Veda Yajnadevaya, which refers to studying Vedic literature and the subject matter of sacrificial regulations. Veda refers to all kinds of Vedic literature, such as the four Vedas, Rig, Yajur, Sama, and Atharva, and the 18 Puranas, the Upanishads, and the Vedanta Sutra. One can study these at home or anywhere else. Similarly, there are sutras, Karpa Sutras, and Mimamsa Sutra for studying the method of sacrifice. Dane refers to charity, which is offered to the suitable party, such as those who are engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord, the Brahmanas, and the Vaishnavas. Similarly, quote, pious activities, unquote, refers to the Agnihotra and the prescribed duties of the different castes, and the voluntary acceptance of some bodily pains is called tapasya. So one can perform all these, can accept bodily penances, give charity, study the Vedas, and so on. But unless he is a devotee like Krishna, it is not possible to see that as universal form. Those who are impersonalists are also imagining that they are seeing the universal form of the Lord. But from Bhagavad Gita, we understand that the impersonalists are not devotees. Therefore, they are unable to see the universal form of the Lord. There are many persons who create incarnations. They falsely claim an ordinary human to be an incarnation, but this is all foolishness. We should follow the principles of Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise, there is no possibility of attaining perfect spiritual knowledge. Although Bhagavad Gita is considered the preliminary study of the science of God, still, it is so perfect that it enables one to distinguish what is what. The followers of a pseudo-incarnation may say that they have also seen the transcendental incarnation of God, the universal form, but that is unacceptable because it is clearly stated here that unless one becomes a devotee of Krishna, one cannot see the universal form of God. So one first of all has to become a pure devotee of Krishna. Then he can claim that he can show the universal form of what he has seen. A devotee of Krishna cannot accept false incarnations or followers of false incarnations. Haribo.
Thank you very much. So, yeah, Krishna is saying neither that Sadhana nor any other endeavor can enable one to see the universal form because it can be seen only by Krishna's devotee who have received this specific benediction. So, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti says that Krishna next asks Arjuna why, after first requesting to see his universal form, he now pleads for him to be withdrawn. Arjuna responds, "My dear Lord, although I don't want to see the universal form any longer, you again and again tell me to see it. My limbs are pain and disturbed and I'm falling unconscious. So I will never request you to show me this form again. Please forgive me. I wish to see that beautiful form from which nectar comes." Krishna replies to this the following verses. So we're going to read the following verses because it's talk about pure devotional service next weekend. Next weekend will be, we have about 7 verses remaining to finish chapter 11. So we'll finish it next weekend. We have about 14 minutes. If there's any question or comment, let's discuss it. Because I told you I'm going to give stop 30 minutes before the time.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Okay. I'm coming. Yeah, I'm coming.
Yes. Okay. I have 2 questions. The first
Yes,
one.
go ahead, Prabhu.
Yes. The first one is that okay, Krishna says in this verse that we cannot see him by tapasya or learning Vedic books and all this. We can see him only by being a devotee. But we can hear in the previous, or we learn in the previous verses that Sanjaya was also able, or Sanjaya also could see that form, although he's not a devotee. But that is it is through the mercy of his spiritual master, Duryodhana. Oh, sorry, not Duryodhana, but his spiritual master. So I think it is Vyasadeva, if I'm mistaken. That is the first question. So to take this question again. Sorry?
Give your question again, yes.
Yes. Here Krishna says that only the devotees can see this universal form. But we remember that in some parts in Bhagavad Gita, it is said that Sanjaya also saw that universal form, although he's not a devotee. But this was possible because that force was given to him by his spiritual. This force was given to him by his spiritual master. That is my first question. Yes. So the second question that is giving us back to verse 40, because in that verse there is some part of the purport I do not understand. It is a little okay. Let me come to that part 40. So here it is written, whoever comes before you, even if he be a demigod, is created by you. So that part is a little bit difficult because I don't think that someone came before Krishna. Okay.
Which part again? Come again.
Yes, whoever comes before you, even if he be a demigod, is created by you, O Supreme Personality of Godhead.
No, come in front of him. Come in front of him. Come in. It's okay. Come in front of him.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Come in front of him.
In front. Okay.
You don't know what it means? Somebody come in front of you?
Meaning not back, but in front.
Yeah, somebody coming now in front of him, your presence.
Okay. I see.
You understand?
Yeah, I understand. Okay.
So your first question was Sanjaya saw, because Sanjaya got the mercy of a devotee yesterday, who is Krishna himself. That is the power of the mercy of, you get the mercy of Krishna or his pure devotee. Nothing is impossible for you. You understand, Prabhu Gura Shakti? Bhavananda, I'm coming.
Yes, my question there is that Sanjaya not being a devotee. Sanjaya not being a devotee. Yes.
Sanjaya is not a devotee.
Because is one of the ally of Duryodhan, and last time.
No, it's not ally. It's not ally of Duryodhan.
Okay.
Sanjaya is working for the Sarastra.
Okay. Yes,
like Vidura also is working for. Just like Vidura was working for the Sarastra, it's not an ally of Duryodhan. And Sanjaya was just doing his duty. Okay, so he's not a demon or it's not on the Duryodhan side. So he was given the mercy by Vyasadeva to see, because Vyasadeva is a literal incarnation of Krishna. So if the Lord gives you a blessing or blesses you, nothing that is impossible. So that should not be a difficult thing. Krishna, God, the Lord can make even a taste to become taste, can make even a man to walk. He can do some wonderful thing. So Sanjaya is not an outsider. He was blessed by Vyasadeva to be able to see. And that is why he's saying.
All right. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
It's not like a demon, and no. You are forgotten. Dhritarashtra is the son of Vyasadeva. So Dhritarashtra wants to see what is going on the battlefield. So he gave the blessing to Sanjaya to be able to see. So Sanjaya is a disciple of Vyasadeva in that sense. So he gave him the mercy to see whatever is going on, everything that is going on there. So he was able to see by the mercy of his Guru Maharaj. So by the mercy of Guru, even a lame man can walk, a blind man can count stars. And the impossible can possible when you have faith, and you have faith in your Guru. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah, Stephen Govin. Yes, Prabhu. Stephen Govin, I'm hearing you. Stephen Govin, see there. Your hands is up.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Sorry, I was still muted. Sorry.
It's all right.
Yes. Thank you for the wonderful lectures. So I would like to confirm something.
Please confirm.
I've been meditating on what we've been reading and all the explanation. So can a devotee accept that all the things that was happening, the storyline with the Mahabharata that came about, now we have Bhagavad Gita, all the personalities mentioned, it's like they were great personalities in the spiritual world, and they descended purposely for this Leela. Is that acceptable? That everything that is happening is Krishna's own arrangement and personalities and
Krishna's arrangement, but it's not like all of them came from the spiritual world. Only Krishna associates came from the spiritual world of Krishna, not all.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I understand. But in Krishna's Leela in Vrindavan, it is also understood that personalities took birth to support Krishna's Leela. So please, can you elaborate on it a bit so we can understand what is happening? Hare Krishna.
Like what? I don't get that point.
Okay. Yeah. So in Krishna's Leela in Vrindavan, it is stated that personalities like demigods and celestial beings descended to take part in Krishna's Leela. For example, the cowherd boys, they are personalities who descended to take part. So now with the war on the Kurukshetra, how do the personalities who fought where do they fall? Do they also take birth to take part, or what is their fate? What was their destiny? Hare Krishna.
Don't know about that one, no. But the one thing I know is that, okay, the Krishna devotees, Krishna came with his devotees, those who are intimate with him. But every other person, they're just fortunate to be there when Krishna was here on the planet. Okay? That is what I can say about that.
Okay, Prabhu.
Some people are very fortunate to be there when Krishna was there on the planet and they get liberation. So, but apart from that, only Krishna's devotees, the servants, they are the one who came with him from the spiritual world. Okay?
Hare Krishna,
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Babananda, before we continue, Babananda, please go ahead and say what you want to say. Anaga Mohini, please wait. I saw
You just
Babananda.
listen that you just explained that I wanted to say. I'm not asking any other question.
Oh, yeah, say it. Thank you.
It's just like this is the Vrindava, the people in Vrindava, all of them. We are their devotees, all of them. Because like in the story, they moved from some place to that Vrindava. Krishna carried all of them before they inhabit Vrindava. Does it mean that they are all devotees?
They are all Krishna's devotees. Anybody in Vrindavan cannot be there unless it's a devotee of Krishna. Vrindavan is eternal abode of Krishna. Even the stones there, the trees there, the grass there, they are all connected to Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah. So, Babananda, are you still there?
Hare Krishna.
Mm.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, I'm hearing you, Babananda. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay, Prabhu, I want to ask that if you want to see the Supreme Lord Krishna himself, unless one is to become a devotee. So those who are not properly a devotee, let's say the Christianity and the other tribes, they know the Supreme Lord, but they have not seen the form of the Supreme Lord before.
I don't know.
So
I don't know.
those people, they seem themselves that they are watching.
They don't know, but it's not that they are not seeing. They don't even know.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
They don't know about God. When they talk about God, they only talk about God as a creator. Like they are talking about Lord Shiva.
Okay.
Lord Brahma. That is the highest understanding they have about God as being the creator. They don't know about the primary creator, who is Krishna himself or Lord Vishnu. So they don't even know about the Supreme Personality of God. Talk less about knowing that he has a form.
Okay.
You go and speak with them, they don't believe about they don't know, they don't understand what a spirit is. They believe that spirit means formless.
Yes.
But spirit doesn't mean, spirit is not formless. Just like the physical eyes cannot see spirit. Spirit has its own form in the spiritual dimension. You understand? Just like a ghost has its own form in the ghostly dimension, in the subtle world.
Okay. Thank you.
You get the point?
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah, one thing about spirit and ghosts or subtle body is that they can take any form of their choice. That is what the difference. Unlike the physical form that can only have a particular format. Once you have that form, that is all what you can have. But the subtle body or the spiritual, subtle body or spirit can take any form. A ghost can enter the body of a cat. It can enter the body of a human being. Just like a spirit also can enter anywhere like that. So they don't even know that the subtle and spiritual, they are different. They don't even understand that. They don't understand about spiritual identity. Okay, so thank you very much, everyone. So we continue from chapter test 49, and where we'll talk about we'll talk more about devotional service next week from that to the end of the verse. So thank you very much. So have a wonderful remaining of your Sunday. And chant more Hare Krishna mantra. If you are not in the temple, go to the temple. And then when you are going to temple, make sure you carry some fruit with you to give to Krishna. Don't go with empty hands, okay?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Prabhupada ki jai. Samabhet Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Nitai Gaura Premanandi. Chakapatarovya Shaki Pasam to be Chapatitana Papa Nivya Vaishnavi.
Is it Grace Karnapura ki jai?
Prabhupada ki jai. Samabhet Bhakta Vrinda ki